and I fought the best in my era. The key punch in boxing is the jab. Before you even throw the punches, your stance must be right as far as your pivot. Start off with your pivot, get on your pivot, and it's light. The jab goes like this. This is exactly how the jab goes. Jab. This is called a 1-2. Boom, boom. Ish, 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 ish. Ish. Here. Back with the jab. Ryan, and he didn't go with me. He came, I was already sitting down. He came and sat down. One of my close friends had an extra ticket, gave Ryan a ticket. He sat down. We talked just about life and family and really about social media. That's what we really talked about.
I'm a brave soul, you know. I'm a brave soul, and I'm somebody that you could trust to always speak up with injustices and try to be the best leader I could possibly be, admit my wrongs, but also, you know, fight for what I believe in.
Boxing's most celebrated defensive mastermind has now entered Ryan Garcia's camp, and everything about this preparation cycle suddenly feels heightened. The moment a legend of Floyd Mayweather's caliber offers guidance, the entire sport leans in to listen. Mayweather earned his standing through unmatched title victories and blockbuster event numbers. He feels that surrounding Garcia with the correct circle could open doors to a depth of ring wisdom that very few fighters ever get to experience.
Mayweather Promotions or PBC? Absolutely. It's only if he's free.
It would make
You know, who don't want to work with the best? They can say whatever they want to say, but nobody is more knowledgeable about the sport of boxing than me. Because nobody has been to the highest level. You know, I mean, just in pay-per-view, you look at the numbers.
Garcia has openly acknowledged how much this occasion means, admitting it calls for the strongest performance of his career, even carrying that heavy expectation. He insists he feels prepared and eager for the first bell to sound.
Feels like a do or die moment, but maybe I'm exaggerating it, but it's for sure one of those times where it's like, all right, if you're gonna have a performance of a lifetime, this is the one. This has been a great camp, I ain't gonna lie, and I'm excited for people to see the fight. I'm excited to be in the ring. Cannot wait till that bell rings, and I want to get...
That same self-assurance continues as fight night approaches. Garcia feels his training has equipped him to stay composed once the bout begins, describing the challenge less like a fight and more like a final exam he has already mastered.
I'm gonna be prepared because every day I've been doing this and everything's been consistent. It's almost like getting your homework done. Like, you got your homework done, you've been studying, you have not lost, you know, you've been at every class, and it's like, all right, I'm not that nervous. Like, still got a little like, ooh, but all right, if the question comes, I'm gonna be there to answer it. Like, I've already done this too many times to even be too worried about it. Don't worry about nothing else and start boxing.
Meanwhile, Ben has kept things straightforward regarding what fuels him. There's no personal feud pushing him forward. His drive comes purely from the challenge itself and a desire to show what he can deliver when everything is on the line.
But the guy's got the belt I want, you know, and claim that #1 spot. The drive's very different. You know, one I wanted to put in hospital, when the other guy I just want to beat and prove that I'm #1. Yeah.
There is a needle, though, between you and Ryan, but, like, do you need that needle, would you say?
Listen, he's got the belt I want.
Yeah.
He's in the way. You know, so for me, that's what this is. You know, and he wants to take it lightly and the disrespect, and for me it's just a matter of going in there and doing what I do, which is putting on a clinical performance.
Ben further explained that he and Garcia deal with hardship in opposite fashions. He described himself as someone who keeps charging ahead no matter how tough things get, claiming no adversity inside the ropes could ever push him to quit mentally.
Did he quit?
Do you think he's a quitter? I guess.
Did he quit? As a fighter, I can say he did.
Yeah.
With Rolly, did he go in his shell once he got clipped? You know, so he did.
Yeah.
You know, and that's our DNA is just different. Our makeup's completely different. You know, I'm a guy swinging, and I'm gonna go out on my shield always. You know, I'll stand there and have it with you.
Turning to physical attributes, Max Kellerman suggested Garcia carries a clear edge in quickness, agility, and raw athletic gifts. He believes that difference could grow more significant as the bout speeds up, potentially letting Garcia strike first, open up angles, and control tempo before Ben can apply his own style of pressure.
Tim, you mentioned the stylistic thing. Conor Benn is, he showed a lot to me against Eubank in the rematch. But he is not, I don't think, the athletic talent that Ryan Garcia is.
No.
He's not as explosive or as fast as Ryan Garcia. Very few are. So, Shady, if you were up against, a safety, a matchup of safety in the NFL, then you know he wasn't much. You had such athletic quality, you were going to eat that day.
Kellerman also touched on the mental side of the buildup, proposing that Ben has been strategically chipping away at Garcia's confidence well ahead of the actual fight. He suggested Ben's relentless forward pressure and stubbornness could pull Garcia into a taxing, high-stress battle where composure becomes just as crucial as talent.
Where versus the way Ryan was talking, where Ryan was coming off as a guy who hadn't confronted his own demons in that way, the way Conor has. Like, Conor's like, this is what I'm about, and I've shown it. You haven't shown it. And Ryan's going to have to answer that for himself before this fight, because there's a good chance Conor can put him into that kind.
Ben responded to the ongoing scrutiny surrounding his career by dismissing its impact on his choices. He stressed that what matters to him is his family, his personal benchmarks, and validating himself on his own terms, not public opinion.
Does it matter? I think in today's world, people care too much about what other people think.
Yeah.
I don't at all. I care about my family, I care about my kids, I care about the life I'm living, I care that, I'm present with my family, I care that I'm being the best man I can be, best fighter I can be, best dad I can be, best partner I can be. Why do I care what, Joe or Bob from social media says? It's like, he don't deserve this, he, silver spoon, he had it easy because of his dad. I've had this like my whole career. Has anything changed? No, it's the same.
If not, you got talked about more even more.
Yeah, it's the same. You think early on, why has he got the platform? Why is this? Why is that? Has it made any difference to my life?
Yeah.
I mean, the only time I get asked it is when, I've invited media to my home today, but the only time I get asked it is when you guys ask me how I feel about it.
Not everyone agrees that Ben's underwhelming showing against Regis Prograis defines who he really is. Mike Coppinger argued a single rough night shouldn't be used to judge the entire fighter, viewing this upcoming matchup as far tighter than the public expects. While he conceded Garcia likely holds a physical advantage, he believes Ben's erratic, unpredictable approach could still create serious complications.
Once, maybe twice a year, so there's not a big sample size, and you're really jumping on what you saw recently. I think Conor Benn is a lot better than what he showed against Regis Prograis. I agree with Timmy on the the style of Regis and how tricky he is, and I think this is a much closer fight than the odds makers say.
The odds makers have Garcia.
Liam Goff, who has tracked Ben's journey across several divisions, brought up Ben's own admission that hitting the welterweight limit has become increasingly hard. That struggle, Goff noted, raises legitimate worry that a punishing cut could sap his energy and leave him more exposed to Garcia's power and pace late in the fight.
This will be my last fight at 147 pounds. When I win the world title, I'll move on. But for me, I haven't made 147 pounds for 4 years, so it's challenging. It's really hard. You think I went up to 183 pounds night of the fight for Eubank Jr. fight, so it's hard. We're getting it, but we're getting it done.
Goff went further, suggesting Ben's camp likely understands these risks tied to competing at this weight, and that their real goal might be seizing this marquee opportunity while he's still able to make the number, essentially chasing a career-defining win before eventually stepping up in weight class.
That tells me that Conor Benn and his team know that the reality is it's about making money and getting out of Dodge. That's what it is. That's what it's about. It's about making money and getting the hell out of Dodge, because at the end of the day, I think they know that the matchmaking, certainly earlier on in Conor Benn's career, really did help. It really did help. It gave people the perception that he was better than he was. Obviously, we know about the egg situation and all that. That could have played a big role in it. You know, how much we don't know. But lately, Conor Benn has been looking more normal, and a normal Conor Benn ain't really all that to write home about. A normal Conor Benn, you've got to match him carefully because he doesn't look amazing. And so much so that he has to slap all these stipulations in place in order to get the win.
Spencer Oliver hasn't dismissed Benn's chances either. He believes that if Benn performs at his absolute best, an upset is genuinely possible, pointing to the weaknesses he noticed in Garcia's lackluster outing against Mario Barrios. Still, he flagged concerns about Benn returning to 147 pounds after years competing elsewhere.
Absolutely. Listen, at the peak of his powers, if he can deliver that sort of performance, then of course he's got a shot, because we've seen Ryan Garcia, against Mario Barrios. He didn't look particularly good. He looked very flat in that fight. So we've seen him when he's not looked particularly good. So, of course he has an opportunity, but...
That same worry over the weight cut dominated much of the pre-fight conversation. Oliver went so far as calling a potential disaster for Benn's output, cautioning it could severely limit him physically once the action starts.
It's not his characteristics and his will to win and his punch power, but making 147.
Yeah, it's going to be a
fight. Yeah. A fighter that's dead at the weight.
4 years.
We saw it in his last fight against
Regis
Prograis down at 150.
Yeah.
He looked dead at the weight. Yeah, the punch power wasn't there.
Over the welterweight.
Yeah, 3 pounds. I know this as a smaller fighter. Making that 3 pounds, losing 3 pounds in fluid is
killer.
Catastrophic. Yeah, it's so difficult to do, and that will drain him even more. My worry is he can't do 147 anymore.
Drawing from his own title-level career, Anthony Yard pointed out that Benn's latest opponent still carried meaningful experience and ring savvy, making the test a legitimate one regardless of how it played out.
I felt like he was doing things very good. Clash of the heads can, play a big part. Both of his eyes were cut from 2 clashes. He was doing things that was good. And, people are always going to have this thing of, he should have got rid of Prograis, or he should have, dominated and looked better. Prograis still got, as you said, the ghost. Experience. He's got cleverness. There's times when he's going to, start asserting himself, and he's going to know certain timings and whatever. And he's not a...
Wally Downs Jr. questioned the one attribute that has always defined Benn, his punching power, wondering aloud whether the explosive finishing ability that once made him so feared has begun slipping.
If Conor Benn is going to talk about being this explosive, terrifying knockout artist, and you don't knock that guy out, I think it's a really disappointing performance.
So you thought he should be disappointed in it by not getting that stoppage win? If you're going to tell everyone that you're not a violent knockout artist and you've got mean intentions and you're a bad man, I think you deal with a 37-year-old geezer on one leg a little bit more conclusively than that. And I saw some good positive reaction, because again, a lot of people tiptoe around the situation and things. Mick Conlan, Jamie Conlan, even Dave Coldwell, who Dave, a very respected trainer with a lot of people. Where's all the power gone?
Despite the emotionally charged build-up, Bill Haney reluctantly leaned toward Garcia in his prediction. Given years spent guiding fighters through fierce rivalries, his hesitation made the pick stand out even more, signaling that even weighing every personal and competitive factor, he still viewed Garcia as the more likely winner.
I could think of a lot of other things than putting money on Ryan Garcia. I'm going to just say I'm rolling with him. I hate to say it, but I'm rolling with him once again. See, he did. I mean, when he gets to talking, it just... Go ahead, next question.
Sean Haney also gave Garcia the nod, suggesting his blend of speed and power could produce an early finish. That prediction shifted even more attention onto Benn's chin, recent form, and whether he could weather Garcia's most dangerous moments without breaking.
I got you. I'll hold him back. 2 tough opponents, not really hip on Conor Benn like that. I seen his last fight against Regis Prograis, where, he really went life or death with Regis Prograis, and my brother 12-0'd him. So if I had, like I said, if I had to put money on somebody, I'd have to go with Ryan, and I think Ryan could end up stopping him.
Speaking from first-hand knowledge of facing Benn, Regis Prograis gave Garcia the edge in overall ability, but also highlighted how unconventional and awkward Benn can be to solve. Prograis noted that once Benn settles into his own tempo and drags an opponent outside their comfort zone, the contest can become far messier than expected.
I think it's a great fight. I pick Conor Benn. I think Ryan goes to the better boxer. But if they get to a fight, which it might happen, I will pick Conor Benn. Conor Benn is not skill. He's not that skill. But he's a raw fighter. He's just a raw fighter. He wants to get it. He wants to fight. So if they get to that, if they get to that fight, I got it.
Building on that same experience, Prograis argued Benn would likely be better served fighting at a heavier weight instead of continually cutting down to 147. In his view, staying naturally bigger would help Benn preserve his power, endurance, and durability, all of which could shape how well he handles Garcia's speed and sustained pressure.
I will pick Conor Benn. Conor Benn is not skilled. He's not that skilled, but he's a raw fighter. He's just a raw fighter. He wants to get it. He wants to fight. So if they get to that, if they get to the fight, I got it.
You think he'd be better? Conor Benn, obviously, it was made about the weight drain. Do you think he'd be better at 47 or going up to 54 to try and make that fight?
54. I think at 54. I think because at 47 he might be. I don't know. Look, the thing is, Conor Benn hit really hard. Conor Benn has a lot of power, but I saw everything coming. That's the only thing. So if Conor Benn is seeing this, he just had to hide his punch a little bit. If you can catch people more, if you think about speed and kind of hide your punch. But like I say, he hits hard, but you can see it coming. If you load up, you can see it coming. So with Ryan Garcia, he has a lot of experience. With somebody like that, you have to be a little more, just hide his punch a little more.
Closing the discussion with a final prediction centered on the weight cut, Goff forecast that Garcia would capitalize if Benn arrives depleted. He pointed out that any size edge Benn holds becomes meaningless if the cut leaves him physically drained, noting that fading strength and stamina late in a fight matter more than raw size. And Garcia has already shown he knows how to seize control of the moment an opponent starts to fade.
And his team, they know this fight. Ryan Garcia, if Ryan Garcia turns up like he did against, and I know you can say what you want to say about the Devin Haney fight, but if their Ryan Garcia turns up, and sometimes he doesn't, but if their Ryan Garcia turns up, he knocks Conor Benn out. Doesn't just be he knocks him out. Simple as. Because Ryan Garcia is way better, way faster, just way better in every department than Conor Benn is, in my opinion. The only thing Conor Benn would have over him is size, but if he's struggling to make the weight, well then the size really doesn't become a factor, because you might have the weight over him, but if you're as weak as anything, if a feather could knock you over, well, what good is the size then?
So heading into fight night, the question remains, does training alongside Mayweather finally complete Garcia's arsenal, or does Benn's refusal to break deliver the upset so many keep predicting? Share your prediction below.